Your perspective. And again, I'm Neil Haley, and make sure you guys go to lensec.com/live to catch up with all the live episodes and also follow us, like, and share. And I'm excited to welcome today. We're going to be interviewing Michael Trask, the director of sales. Michael, you've been on What's Your Perspective before, but now the spotlight's on you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for having me. Glad to be with you today.
Absolutely, Michael. And we've talked about different roles you've had in the company since we've been doing What's Your Perspective. Again, this is the 51st episode, and you're one of the first people to do it in a roundtable live discussion once COVID had hit and we were all remote. But your role now as director of sales, before we get to that, I wanted to learn a little bit about more of your background in security.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Once again, thanks for having me, Neil. Yeah, it's been a challenging year, but just to kind of talk a little bit about my quick background, I've spent the last 13 plus years working in the security industry. I've been with Lensec now for just over 3 years in multiple roles, and my current role is director of sales for North America. Prior to that, I spent 5 years working with a company that was based out of Israel. They did continuous cloud recording. So I worked for them for 5 years. Prior to that was working for another company that was focused on video surveillance and loss prevention, more specifically towards the multi-unit franchise owner type of industry, but it was video surveillance and loss prevention focused. Spent a number of years with them. And then prior to that, I also worked at a role with what we would call now an end user customer, but a customer that owned 20 plus locations of a franchise that I was in charge with working with their security and getting it, all set up across in uniform across those locations. As well, they were a territory manager for this franchise, and they had 200 plus other franchise locations under them. So I worked with those other franchise owners to kind of help them get their security squared away at their locations as well. So that's kind of where my the last 13 years, kind of a quick overview of what I've been involved with in the security industry for the last 13 years.
Yeah, and what you can hear from your experience is perfect for what your role is now as director of sales. So tell us a little bit about, I guess, the role. But there's a lot to it, but what do you do in overseeing in that role for all of North America? That's a large chunk of area to cover for sure.
Yeah, so obviously, it's not just me by myself. We've got a whole entire team that works in conjunction with me, and whether that be our regional sales managers that have territories broken out around the country, inside sales, our applications engineers, our support team. So there's a whole host of people that work together as a team for this. But the main responsibility of it, in the role of director of sales, is to continue to grow sales and grow awareness of Lensec, grow awareness of Perspective EMS. So there's a lot of items that fall under that umbrella. Yes, there's the day-to-day operations and communications with the regional sales managers and helping them grow their individual geographic territories. But there's also all of the normal things that you would expect in a role like this of working with technology partners to, my counterparts at other companies that we have integrations with or relationships with. So there's that part of the role, but also the growing and nurturing and helping our regional sales managers grow their territories by bringing on new partners. We, for those who may not be aware of how Perspective EMS, you can purchase Perspective EMS. We only sell it through a channels of value-added reselling partners. So we have to bring on technology partners or reselling partners in all different parts of the world. Lensec is a global organization. We're headquartered in Houston, Texas, but we have thousands and thousands and thousands of employments all around the world in varying sizes and configurations and complexities. But as far as North America is concerned, we continue to grow that that partner base, because that's the first thing. That's where we don't sell direct. Lensec does not sell direct to any end user. We'll help our partners in finding opportunities with end users, and then we'll bring those opportunities back to them to sell the solution to the end user.
And so, yeah, you talked about the partner. So that's the issue that you say that, we can't sell directly to a customer.
Mhm.
So we need our partners to sell our product, but they have to understand and know the product well. But first you got to bring them on as a partner. It's not as easy as, okay, hey, here's a brochure, start selling our product, like some manufacturers work, like, you know what I mean? Like in other industries. But for our industry, especially, there's a lot to the nuances of our products. So when we identify potential resellers, that's the process of the sales team first, and especially even in the inside sales.
Yeah, so it's obviously knowing what type of partner you're looking to find, what makes sense to bring on as a partner. But when we talk about partnerships at Lensec, we take them a little bit differently. Some people may, there may be companies out there in the security industry, not in the security industry, but when they're looking at companies to sell their solution, they say, all right, well, we're going to give you the privilege to sell our solution, and then every month they're calling and saying, hey, what have you done for me lately? Where are the sales? What's going on? Well, we take a little bit different approach to our partnership program at Lensec. We're not looking to just sign up every single company that's a security company that's out there that does video surveillance and sign them up. We're looking at it more as a true partnership. We're not going to say, hey, yep, here you go, sign on the dotted line. Here's some information, here's some brochures, and go out and sell, and we'll see, if you hit your numbers that that you have as your requirement to remain a partner, or at that level, or to just have the ability to sell our solution. We see that more as almost like a dictatorship, not a true partnership. So when we identify the right partners and go through the process with them, and they see the solution that we're offering, Perspective VMS, and they understand all the advantages and what we can bring to the table as a unified security platform, then we complete that process, bring them on board as a partner. The next thing that happens after that, the RSMs, or our regional sales managers, are very key in developing those partnerships and those relationships, and they're doing a great job of that. But their work doesn't just stop there, because we bring that partner on, and then that regional sales manager is responsible for continuing to grow that relationship and help make that a partner, a flourishing partner selling our solution, right? Growing their business by selling Perspective VMS. There's a lot of things that they do in that process. They will go out and go to meetings with our partners, go to the end user customer and help demonstrate and answer the questions about the solution as a resource for our partners. I mentioned previously, our regional sales managers are also doing prospecting efforts to end user customers, trying to get our product name and demo the solution, because we want all of our partners to know our product in and out. But in a real world, that systems integrators have 2 or 3 access control platforms. They have intrusion products. They have the camera lines. They have all of these different items that they're selling to different lines of security items. So you can never expect them to be more of an expert than the actual people who work for the manufacturer, who work for Lensec. So we train them, and I'll touch base on the training and what we offer there, but we can never expect them to know the product more than our regional sales managers or our applications engineers. So we offer that, that our regional sales managers will go on those meetings, will fly into town, spend the time with them to continue to develop that true partnership and that relationship. So that's the one thing. We don't, unlike other manufacturers, we have internal numbers that we would expect our partners to be able to hit within certain areas, but we don't officially assign, quotas to those partners. um, referring back to how we take the partnership a little differently. We'll look
Right.
internally first. If we have a number, Neil, that we feel that this partner should be kind of hitting, and we don't see them hitting that kind of
Yeah.
number that internally we have, we look internal first and say, well, how are we failing this reselling partner of ours? Are we not visiting them enough? Have we made sure that they've been thoroughly trained? Do we make sure that they have the in-house demo that they can, set up at their off, all of these other things? Are we doing co-branded marketing with them? Have we
Right.
done any cold calling on behalf of them to get our name out in their customer base or their prospect base? So there's a lot of things that we can do, just simply from an RSM standpoint, to help that partner when they come on board.
And that's key. Once they do come on board, you talked about, the process of what we will do, going out and finding and giving them opportunities for sales. So,
Mhm.
but also their job is they have to understand that product. It's
Yeah,
not that so as a job as director of sales, you want to make sure that all of our partners are trained thoroughly in our product and understand it. So kind of delve into what we provide for those partners in that way.
absolutely. It's critical that the partners understand. I mean, they're going to be installing the system. So yeah, we have different levels of certification, but when a partner does come on board, we offer multiple things. The first thing, obviously, is that we have a 2-day technical training class. We do that monthly. We were doing that in person in our global corporate headquarters in Houston prior to the pandemic. Since the pandemic has been here, we've been doing those virtually and having a lot of success with those. So we're keeping those up every month. We've just revamped that training, and so the new revamped technical training is actually its first training classes tomorrow and Friday of this week. I believe we might be full on that class, but if anyone out there is interested in seeing if they can join in the 2-day technical training, reach out to us at you can email sales@lensec.com if you'd like. And we can get you pointed to the right spot if that's something you're interested in. That is a free class, whether it's when we get back to normal or some sort of near normal where we're being able to do it in person. It's free. It is a 2-day class, so that's the technical certification course that we do. We also offer, and we've done a lot of work in this over the last year and a half, is an online training academy. So we have the Lensec Online Training Academy. So that is more of you get sign in, that's free. You get a login credentials, and it's a self-paced online courses that take you through certain learning tracks, whether it's an basic user, advanced user, administrator, advanced administration, some of these different courses we have that people can go through on their own. And that's available for free as well to anyone who wants to learn more about our product, whether it's a reselling partner and their technician. Some of those courses are actual prerequisites that they need to complete before coming to our 2-day technical training. So we take advantage of both of those platforms to really give as much of the education of the product to these partners so that they can get out and install it. Our goal with our partners is to have these installations installed as efficiently and as quickly and running efficiently as we can. So we want to make sure that they're versed on the product. It's extremely important that they go through the certification process.
And that's key because once they become certified, then they too can show the product to other people, and they can also having that in-house demo is important. So when people do visit the offices when COVID, we get more and more back to normal, they can show that the product, but they understand it, so that when people ask questions about it, that understanding. And so you're looking and reviewing that stuff is an important part of your job. And how's that partner relationship going with Lensec in the back and forth? Are they getting trained? Because I think if you've seen in the research, once they get trained, more likely they are going to be able to evangelize our product and be able to get it out to the masses more than if they're not trained, where they aren't able to sell our product as well, right? From the research you've seen and stuff since you've been in the company.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, the more it just in nature, the more someone has a comfortability about something, the more they're going to use it. So with that, yes, we want them trained. We want them having their own, free in-house demo that we provide to them at their location. Something else we also do to continue to nurture that use of the product and better, deeper understanding is once a company comes on as a reselling partner with Lensec, we offer our software, the full enterprise version of the software, free to any one of those employees of that company. So if you have all the technicians that work at the company and they've got cameras set up at their house, they can install our software free. We'll give them the enterprise license. So then now they have a working system at home, then they can, feel comfortable that they can do whatever they want to do with it. And they're not going to be messing anything up but it really helps them get a deeper understanding of how to set certain things up and have that hands-on experience as well, instead of maybe trying to do something. So when they go to do the next installation, they've already done it at their home system, or they've done it at the in-house office system, where it's not a system that's going to necessarily affect the end user customer. Once again, now they're much more comfortable with doing certain processes, and it becomes a lot easier for them in the field.
So once that happens, another important part of that you oversee and look at in the organization, especially, is our support team. The importance of support. That once a customer comes on board with Lensec from using Perspective EMS from our partners who sell the product to the end user, then the process begins in our support, how we support our product. Explain that and how you're involved in that one.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, from the sales organization side of Lensec, yes, myself, the regional sales managers, we are constantly in contact with those partners and working on finding opportunities. Now, once they have opportunities, we also have our operations department, which falls, operations falls under a different manager within the company, but as a whole team, we have to work closely. So our sales engineers work closely with us to help design and make sure that the proper system is designed for that end user application, making sure that the servers are right to handle analytics and all these other things that, the throughput that's needed on these systems to handle the amount of cameras and all the other additional integrations that a unified security platform will bring to the table, right? So we just need to make sure that we do that appropriately. So we have our applications engineering teams that work with our partners in conjunction with our regional sales managers as well. Then we also have the support team, which also falls under our operations department. They also assist our reselling partners. They're also available for when an end user customers call us with a quick question here or there. They know their integrator partner may be out busy doing installations or whatever, so they call us and our support team will assist them with whatever questions they may have. But what we also do, we're fully transparent. So when those instances happen where the end user calls for a support related question to us as the manufacturer, we will follow up that phone conversation with an email that states, recaps what that conversation was, has the support case number that was opened, and so they could reference it. But we will also copy the reselling partner that account is assigned to. Yes, they're an end user of Lensec's product, right, but they are a customer and end user of our partner. We don't sell direct. Our partners don't have to worry about us trying to go behind their back and try to, take a customer or sell them some solution or give them a better price and cut them out of the equation. It's exactly the opposite. We're fully transparent with any communication we have with that customer, and let the integrator know of all of those conversations, what the support cases are. We actually also have a partner account statement. I think this is a great tool for our sales team working with our partners.
Right.
And it's an account statement that we generate, and it tracks basically everything that we've done with them as a partner. It tracks the current status of all of their certifications, people that have gone, they're technically certified, sales certified, all of those are listed on that report. We then list all of the opportunities we've won together, all of the opportunities that are currently open so that we can make sure everyone's still on the same page and things don't slip through the cracks. We have the opportunities that we weren't successful in together, so we can take a look at those and maybe revisit and say, was there something in that was common in these that between the two of us that maybe that we can learn from to help them continue to be even more successful down the road. But tying that also back into our support, every single current open support case is listed there. All the ones that are in different stages where they happen to be within our support, as well as all the cases that we've now successfully closed. So they see that full transparency of everything that's going on in the relationship on that, what we call our partner account statement, that we can generate
Right.
dynamically at any given time and send it off to those partners. So we do take the partnerships very seriously. And like I said, we're not looking to flood any individual, markets with every single person that offers video surveillance in that market. Because we value that partnership. If we had 30, 40 people in a particular region, a major city metropolitan area, are we really being able to give all 30 of those partners the attention that we feel a true partnership should have?
Definitely. We sell other products, not just software, and explain some of those.
Well, yeah, we obviously offer hardware as well. We have server hardware that we offer. That server hardware, it comes installed with Lensec on there, and it's our servers. They're Dell servers. But the nice thing about the servers, yes, you can order those directly from us. But let's say you're going after, maybe you're talking to a school district or someone else, and they just bought servers 2 or 3 years ago, and they're fine within their normal life cycle of technology equipment. But they decided they no longer want to use the VMS that they're currently using, and they like Perspective VMS, and they've seen it and they want to change to it. Well, we can use those servers in most cases that are already deployed. They're working perfectly fine as long as they meet kind of the requirements we need in order to use the system. Then they can be repurposed, and we just download our software and install it and get everything converted over. So that's a great you don't
Right.
have to buy our servers. We offer the servers. So, we also have professional services that we offer. One thing that we offer our partners that it's a great tool is what we call remote status monitoring. When it comes to
Right.
video surveillance and security, the most important thing is always knowing the health of your system. Are the cameras running? Is the video archiving? Are all of these, is your C drive starting to back up because of Windows updates and making the system sluggish or whatever it may be? So, being able to know those types of things and a lot more in-depth stuff about what's going on within a system, we have a remote status monitoring professional service. So the partners can monitor their systems themselves, but maybe some of our partners
Exactly.
don't have the employee bandwidth, meaning they just don't have enough employees. They're super busy. They don't have the people that can be maybe paying as close of attention to the individual health of individual systems they've already installed. So we offer a remote status monitoring feature where our internal support team monitors those. When those alerts come up of those systems, cameras going offline, depending on what the priority of that camera is. If it's a high priority camera and someone needs to be notified immediately, as soon as we get that notification, we will reach out to the partner and let them know what's going on. That partner can then obviously address that immediately. If it's something that we have remote access to, which we would, because we're getting these alerts,
Right.
that with permission from the integrator, we can maybe look at maybe a camera's gone offline. It's a high priority camera. Maybe we remotely can get it back online for them. But everything goes through the partner first. We communicate with the partner what's going on. and they can uh, then react accordingly or send a truck to that location, and just adding extra value to that partner. So it's that, you know, the end user may not even know that something's wrong with their system, but they're getting a call from the partner because the partner's saying, hey,
Exactly.
we're monitoring your system. We notice this is down. This is critical. We're going to send somebody over there. And they send somebody over there, or they ask us to assist with our support team or our applications engineers to assist them with the issue.
Oh, wow. So we've covered a lot today, Michael. Anything else to add to your role as a director of sales?
Well, yeah, I appreciate the time today. I mean, obviously, we're looking to continue to grow our partnership, in certain areas of the country. If you're interested in learning more about Perspective VMS and Lensec as a company, and what we offer as a unified security platform, I'd ask you to just, either go to lensec.com/sales. You can take a look there. You'll find our regional sales managers, and you'll also find my contact information there. And you can schedule we have our calendars available for people to click on there and schedule a meeting directly with us to learn more about, Lensec and the power of Perspective VMS. We're thrilled with the solution we offer, and all the deployments and bona fides that we have to back up the success we have as a video management software.
Excellent. Well, thanks again, Michael. It was a lot of interesting information, especially to learn the ins and outs of what's happening, and especially for our audience out there. So everyone needs to go visit lensec.com/live to catch up with all the live episodes, and then make sure you like and share this video to others so more people can learn who Lensec is. And I appreciate it, Michael, and you guys can take care, and we'll see you next time on What's Your Perspective. Take care.
Thanks, Neil.
All right. That was What's Your Perspective, guys. Take care.